reading while preparing for today's presentation about the Pushpakamal Dahal government's policies and programs. The first uh, the word that struck my mind. Do you know what that word was? The shoestring budget. Yes, it points at a severe resources constraint, a budget that is barely enough given the financial constraints. That is a shoestring budget. The policies and programs are the basis on which, are the ground on which a government just prepares its budget for a fiscal year. The government of Nepal will definitely uh, prepare the annual budget on the basis of president uh, on the basis of the policies and programs that the president of Nepal, Ramchandra Paudel, recently presented. Let's talk about the status of the government as well, of this ruling coalition that has uh, the cpn-uml Center, the cpn-uml, Rashtriya Swatantra Party, uh, Communist Party of Nepal, Unified Socialist in power as coalition partners. It consists of these parties. There is one more junior partner in this coalition, that is the Janata Samajwadi Party. This nascent political outfit is under the leadership of Ashok Rai. It has sent three ministers in the Pushpakamal Dahal cabinet. This development, the Ashok Rai led faction of the party, because it has already received recognition from Nepal's election commission. It was a swift recognition after this faction split from the Upendra Yadav led Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal. It was a nasty vertical split. Seven lawmakers and 30 Central Committee members of the Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal split to just form a new political outfit, that is the Janata Samajwadi Party. This JSP, as you call it, has already received the state's, the whole body's recognition as a separate political outfit. This context is quite important because this government stands on a flimsy ground. I'll tell you why. This split has the Upendra Yadav led political party out of power. A breakaway faction has joined this coalition. What's more, the Communist Party of Nepal, Unified Socialist, it seems to have two minds when it comes to staying on in this government. There are speculations that the Madhav Kumar Nepal led political party will just pull out of government. It's not this Madhav Kumar Nepal is a senior leftist leader. He has in the past served as the prime minister, and he has led Nepal's one of Nepal's largest political parties that has been in the scene for more than 3 decades. It has been a part of the state for more than 3 decades. That is the cpn-uml. He had served as the general secretary of that party. Now he heads the Communist Party of Nepal, Unified Socialist. This party, the Unified Socialist, is a small political outfit given its vote share. In the last elections, it could not even muster 3% of uh, the total votes cast. That 3%, uh, that 3% is required to get this recognition as a national party. So as of now, the CPN Unified Socialist is not even a national party. Nonetheless, Madhav Kumar Nepal one day aspires to become the prime minister again with like help from friends and well-wishers, with help from like-minded political parties. What's more is that the largest political party in Nepal's federal parliament as well as provincial assemblies, that is the Nepali Congress, has been obstructing parliamentary proceedings. So you may wonder, what are the demands of that main opposition party? The irony of Nepal's politics is that the Nepali Congress has been in the opposition bench despite being the largest political party in the parliament. So what are its demands? There is one and only demand coming from the Nepali Congress, that is a parliamentary panel to investigate a cooperative fraud allegedly involving Ravi Lamichhane, who is the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister in the present government. Lamichhane stands accused of embezzling funds from a cooperative. He has steadfastly denied those charges. Naturally, coalition partners, uh, the cpn-uml and the CPN Mouse Center have stood in favor of Lamichhane. They point that there is no solid evidence proving Lamichhane's involvement in that cooperative fraud. But this is in keeping with the big political parties' tendency of acting as the judge, the jury, and the executioner. The Nepali Congress has made it clear that it will not let the parliament function smoothly unless and until the government, the parliament, forms a panel, a probe panel, uh, a parliamentary panel to investigate Deputy Prime Minister Lamishane's alleged involvement in that cooperative fraud. But for a brief period, the Nepali Congress allowed the president to present the government's policies and programs, but it has made clear in no uncertain terms that it will continue to obstruct the parliament till the government forms a panel to investigate Deputy Prime Minister Lamichhane's alleged involvement in that fraud. Against this backdrop, the president presented the annual budget, the policies and programs. So, what are the key takeaways of that policy document? In today's soft talk, we'll be talking about those salient features of that policy document. So, welcome to the program. But I once again request you to subscribe to this channel. We are trying to promote citizen journalism in every possible way. We are trying to be your true voice. We request you to also comment on our presentation and press that like button. It will give us a huge boost as we continue to strive toward promoting citizen journalism. I call this a gravity defying budget, a budget that defies, that seeks to defy the gravitational pull. I'll tell you why. Keep watching till the end. By the way, the government has like all good things for all good people. It covers the land, the air. We don't have the seas, so it covers the rivers, water bodies, and the space. So it's a very interesting uh, policy document. At least on paper, it seems like the government has left no stone unturned to just whet up the ambitions of the Nepalese people, the Nepali people. I'll tell you why as we just continue with this presentation. The focus is one of the main focus is on IT. This document has declared the next decade as the information technology decade. The idea is to achieve socio-economic transformation and prosperity by taking information technology as the basis for digital transformation. Reading out the government's year-long roadmap at the joint session of the Parliament, President Paudel outlined a vision to develop Nepal as a global information technology hub. The idea the idea is to promote the development of the IT industry as the major source of employment and service export. I reiterate, the major source of employment and service export. It's a tall ambition, isn't it? Taking into account the institutional capacity of the governments in Nepal, their past track records, their underperformance. It's a tall order, isn't it? Well, it is, but then hope springs eternal. The government has a lofty plan of creating at least 5,000 jobs. How so? By running IT workstations in the Kathmandu Valley and each of the seven provinces. Then comes creation of internet and data exchange platforms for maintaining inter-affiliation among electronic systems. That is very much a part and parcel of this blueprint. It also aims to expand broadband internet and high capacity optical fiber network. There is something for rural and remote areas as well. The government seeks to expand. The government aims to expand satellite-based internet services in remote and rural areas of Nepal. This is a scene from Nepal's federal parliament, the lower house of the two-chamber parliament that consists of the House of Representatives and the National Assembly. It shows like the picture is of Nepali Congress lawmakers demanding this investigation into the cooperative fraud, the cooperative scam allegedly involving Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Rabi Lamichhane. So amid this adverse situation, the government aims to just strive toward those lofty goals that I'm mentioning. So the going is not easy. Still, let's be hopeful. What's more, the development of an IT knowledge park is part of the agenda, and so is the development of a data center and standards, obviously, for its operation. Furthermore, the policy document aims to put institutional arrangements in place. It aims to make institutional arrangements for what? For enhancing the effectiveness of research, response, and public awareness on cyber security related works, increasing the access of women, minorities, and backward classes, regions, and communities so as to promote information technology through expansion of digital literacy is also it also figures in the plan. The policy document aims to make IT system in use in public bodies safer and more reliable. How to go about this? What plans does the government aim to make? What plans does the government have to make IT systems in use in public bodies safer and more reliable? It aims to undertake technical testing of hardware, software, and network, among other peripherals. As per the plan, the government sector itself will develop systems and software to be used in government bodies. It has also pledged to give preference to domestically developed, indigenously developed software for use in public bodies, in government entities. The government's imagination has taken a new height, it appears. it's a kind of imaginative, a well imagined budget. But again, let's see if the government becomes able to walk the talk. Postal Service 2.0, restructuring the postal service and making it fast, efficient, and IT friendly, and linking it with e commerce. It's a lofty plan, it's a well imagined idea, isn't it? This idea is very much on the government's agenda. What's more, the government plans to arrange state of the art, high quality, and competitive printing of excise stickers, postage stamps, driving licenses, and passports. A huge opportunity for like printing, security printing presses. What say you guys? Keep watching. The government services, public services in Nepal are pretty much scattered. You have to move from pillar to post for getting a service. That is the general comment. That is the general complaint coming from service seekers in Nepal. But the government, at least on paper, aims to change all that. In collaboration with local levels, the government plans to bring citizen service centers into operation so as to provide all public services under one roof. Interesting, isn't it? Space is the limit. I was talking about a budget that defies gravity, a budget that defies gravitational pull, that seeks to defy the gravitational pull. That is the part I'm coming to right now. The government's vision has gone well beyond the gravitational pull as it seeks to accelerate efforts to put Nepal's own satellite into the space. Our neighbors have already done that. They have achieved, they have made their marks in the space, whether it's China or India. So we are lagging behind a bit, quite a bit, I mean, but the government aims to take a leap forward in that direction, in the direction when it comes to launching Nepal's own satellite and putting it into space. That is something for the media as well, the mass media. The policy document pledges policy, legal, and structural reforms for what? Obviously, for in the name of for the professional development of the sector, as expected, regulating social media to make it dignified and well managed. That is the government's terminology. Dignified and well managed is part of the government's plan, along with the promotion of rural journalism in mother tongue. Nepal is, as one scholar put it, the playground of ethnicities from Central Asia. You may just rephrase it as Nepal is the playground of ethnicities from South and Central Asia. So, what the government plans to do is promote rural journalism in mother tongues, in maybe Tamang languages, in Newari language, in Magar, Gurung, Kham, Limbu, Rai languages. The plan also entails development and operation of media villages in all provinces. It aims to begin preparatory work for the establishment of Krishna Sen Media Village in Dang. This will be done in collaboration with Lumbini province. Krishna Sen was a revolutionary journalist who was killed during the decade-long Maoist insurgency. So the government aims to honor the contributions of revolutionary journalist Krishna Sen by establishing a media village in Dang district in the Lumbini province of Nepal. At the same time, the blueprint, this policy document, has pledged to encourage the merger of TV stations, FM stations, and internet service providers. A bit alarming, isn't it? Not this part, more specifically, the government announcement to make the social media well managed. I wonder if it is part of the government's design to just muzzle or at least muffle the voices of the free media. In the past, it has banned TikTok and taken like regulatory measures to just control social media. I wonder if this announcement is part of the government's efforts to just rein in the free media. Then who can forget the economy? Who can just ignore the economy? Even this powerful government cannot ignore the domestic economy, the crisis, the multiple crises that this economy is in. At present, the remittance inflow, increasing remittance inflow from Nepalese based in different parts of the world is somehow keeping the economy afloat. But chances are that the domestic economy will have a free fall. It will land in multiple crises if uh, the Middle East, in particular, uh, if there is increased unrest in the Middle East and beyond, and if this unrest fuels the return of a large number of Nepali people into the country, in that case, the government may find it quite hard, quite difficult for the time being at least to just uh, provide provide for uh, around 30 million people, uh, just shy by about 20 lakhs, I guess, uh, of that mark, about 285 thousand 28.5 million people. That is, I think, the population of this country. But this unrest in different parts of the world, given given global tensions around the world, if these tensions escalate and a large number of Nepali workers return home, the government will find it quite difficult to provide jobs for them. So the remittance will also stop, or at least the remittance inflow will go down drastically, and that will put the national economy in a deep crisis. Let's talk about the finance economy sector. What plans does the government have for this vital sector? The policy paper has pledged measures to address issues plaguing banks and financial institutions, as well as microfinance, cooperative sectors, and the capital market. The government has assured of the facility of loan retabulation and restructuring for microfinance debtors by making suitable changes in the cooperative policy. What's more, the policy has pledged to encourage the merger of savings and credit cooperatives and facilitate the integration of government owned cooperatives. Bringing savings and credit cooperatives under the cooperative and poverty related management information system is also part of the plan. Furthermore, the government aims to pool in scattered small capital for implementation of big projects. It also seeks to involve the private investment companies for the operation and management of closed industries, government owned, state owned industries such as the Gorakhpuri rubber industry, Butwal spinning mills, and Hetonda garment factory. In the case of Hetonda garment factory, the government has tried to rope in the national army, that is, the Nepali army, for the resumption of the factory's operations. What's more, a just, balanced, and estimable revenue distribution system is also part of the government's big plan. Nepal has already become a federal, secular, democratic republic. It has almost a decade of history when it comes to federalism. So, one of the vital aspects of federalism is sharing of resources between the center, the provinces, and local levels. This policy document has sought to address at least a bit this pressing concern also. The policy document has placed integrated laws for determining mobilization and sharing of natural resources, investment, and profit sharing among the three tiers of the government, that is, the center, the provinces, and local levels. It also aims to introduce laws for resolving disputes between the three tiers, attracting investment, mobilization of innovative instruments of development finance with additional legal provisions for encouragement of private capital mobilizations. This also features in the document, and so do legal and structural interventions. What for? For enhancing and expanding domestic as well as external investment atmosphere, along with attracting foreign loans and other mixed forms of investment into the country, for giving the economy a boost. Commitment to further simplifying the approval process for domestic and foreign investment through an automated digital system is also on the government's agenda. Then come 1,000 free ships and this bid to encourage, to promote volunteerism in Nepal. This policy document has pledged fellowship to 1,000 talented youths representing different sectors. It appears that the government seeks to tap the potential of the cream. President Ramchandra Paudel said while reading out the policies and programs of the government that the government will provide fellowship to these youths. At the same time, he also appealed the private sector to provide such free ships. A volunteer program for the mobilization of youths and their capacity enhancement is also part of the plan. It's also part of the government's this policies and programs document. At the same time, it also aims to empower the youths through skills development, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship development training. The idea behind this is to turn these youths into key partners and torchbearers in all aspects of social life. You see, every day sees th- thousands of Nepalese flying out of the country in search of better jobs, a better life, a better future, a better education. So I think the government should focus on this exodus. It is an emergency situation. At this rate, chances are that the Nepalese themselves will become a minority in this country with a reasonably good potential. This country spread in 1,47,100 800 100 1,47,181 square kilometers can definitely provide for its population, provided we manage to regulate this unauthorized entry of aliens through an open border. This country can feed its people. This country can provide jobs for its people. This country itself can ensure a good life for its population. But then the government has to rein in the situation. It has to act. It has to deliver on its promises. The policies and programs, in fact, no policy, no, every government presents lofty programs and policies. They are like good on paper, but their implementation is leaves much to be desired. That is why the country is in a very difficult pass. It is in a very precarious situation. The state seems to be present nowhere, not in the capital, not in other north centers, not in the villages. So it's a huge challenge for the government to walk the talk, to deliver on the promises it has made to the people. The time to act is now. Let's hope for the very best, but prepare for the worst. Once again, I request you to subscribe to this channel, comment on our presentation, and press that like button. Your support will give our efforts to promote, and practice citizen journalism a huge boost. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.